All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and our home team. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! 60 outlaw on the team. Topper! 5.
On first and 10, Tracy. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
It's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And
it's a foot race. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His fourth touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point safely through, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Look at me.
They'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful. When you score runs, you feel like you get back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Ready?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Slam.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Go now. 10-2 stop. Greystone travel.
Mike, check. 59.
All day. Gotta go.
Back to throw. Tracy. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete.
Let's go.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle. You put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Come on,
and on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
61, match box, hit it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
Set, 60 or. Get it ready.
To throw on 3rd down. Tracy. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
It's Fields, and he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Right back to him for a first down. Just a yard on the pickup there to bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Move. You got 3. You got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
2nd and 9 now. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
And again, this time to the 10. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Here we go, set, 90, Wolf. Shoot.
Looking to throw. Tracy. He's got it is tied in on the corner route. It's complete.
Let's go.
They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route, get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw.
And here is running back. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. That'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Ready.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, Haywood.
Go full street.
Pilot 64. Weak. Get it.
Back to throw. Tracy. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dust.
Yeah, especially maybe one of those safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Yeah, baby.
Ready, break.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
General West. Hey, Alpha. Man. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Tracy. He's running back and he's got it. And it's a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. The big fella. The 20. 10. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember seeing the defensive work.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
That's it, huh?
Joe Mixon, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw in that one.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions.
Deep grip.
Worse than others. You get an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
3 down, 3 down.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Hit it.
2nd and 11. He's going to air one out. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense. And the other defense is way higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? and they responded to the challenge.
The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
You ain't going nowhere.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, they're stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over it.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Double time. 3 down, 3 down.
Ready.
Now they have right here to his running back. That's a room to run now. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 49 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Now.
Looking to throw. Tracy. That's going to be caught. Well, he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. In for the score. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. That was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice roller box.
And now look at him go. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 82 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Let's go.
So the points coming fast and furious in this opening quarter. Whoa.
Yeah, both defenses, they're looking pretty exploited right now with the way these offenses are attacking. They are a step behind, back on their heels, whatever cliche you want to use. Right now, they're trying to figure out how to slow them down. And I'm not sure they're going to be able to.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Check.
On the set.
Check 30 set.
Shoot.
And again, this time with the tailback. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Set, ready.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far.
Five.
This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Tracy. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
Let's go.
Good
Let's do
pick
it.
up there at 22.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. Protein spill.
Alert. Kill.
Go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Get it.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 43. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Double up, double up. He's coming.
6-6. Pull it high. Hey, Echo. Let go.
Here we go on second and 12. Pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense.
Okay, baby. Your shot. Hey, take your shot.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long?
Hey, Delta.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
Yep.
Motion.
Ready.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. That'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Ready.
So a false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, third and long.
Now. Be careful.
Looking to throw. Tracy. Pressure gets to him again.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. Play drive, one pass. Everybody was going to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, writing your playbook, one-play drives, exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful is not having a run. It was very easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
SOS. Check three.
Third down. Compton. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
You got him.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
One play has them to the 37 here for first and 10.
Hey. 4 down.
Right 3. 218. Chopper.
Check the backer.
Ready.
Now his running back. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Oh, yeah!
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that snap.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's a screen pass. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
You ready?
87's mark. Don't worry about it.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Box it. Check, check. Fresno.
Hey, lock it. Right on.
From the gun, Tracy. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8 because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? They show all the athletes, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
We got 3.
Shoot.
And again this time to tailback. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control. They can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Ready,
The
ready.
run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Get it.
To throw on 2nd down. Tracy. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though,
big loss here as he's taken down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Come on now, let's go.
Let's see who this is on.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down, 4 down.
On first down, he'll drop the throw. Throw left side, complete. It's Fields. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain of 32 that time. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Christian Kirk, as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The extra point up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Let's go now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may have to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Single receiver.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Over there. Single receiver. Check 26. Check 26. Showing it. Showing it.
General West. Deep grip.
And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of a key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. They'll run on first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Check 13. Check 13. Slam.
They'll be taken down, 11 yards there and a line first down.
Let's go.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes we don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it. 2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
57's right.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Even. 4 down. Even.
Looking to throw. And able to find Kirk complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16.
Come on.
Inside the red zone here. They look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A 16-yard touchdown. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
When you're in a lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever they do, whatever try.
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Jay Sternberger, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to get a score back. Elliott good with a PAT. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check 52.
Once again, they run with Mixon. He's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
That's it, baby.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's just going to duck this one after his quarterback out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's going to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On second down now, it's Fields. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
57's Mike.
Let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
They'll set up to throw. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught. So this is just an incompletion here. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they've been moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Vikings now to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a wonderful drive last time. Let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been
inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 58 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Charlie, now.
Back to throw. Tracy. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Well, and it's picked.
Pick 6,
and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all over the field. Try to increase your lead in the big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Nice move. Powers by at the 40. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Match box. Mike, check hot route. Hot. Check.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
We got this.
It was a play that was designed to trick the defense, to try and fool them. They didn't gain a huge chunk of yardage, but they did pick up a first down.
Watch that in.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but to show them a lot of different looks. And they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
22 yards there, a first down. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Check 31.
And again this time to the tailback. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Welcome back to Toronto. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Ready. 60 out long. 80 weapons. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to pull it on. The point after is good, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for him, I think the Mariners is part 2, right? Once they threw the interception and finish off the drive, that does him no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's the former Heisman winner, Derrick Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
Leo! 36!
Still running again with Henry. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just run them here.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Go!
8, read.
Hatch it.
Blue draw, pull, get it.
They'll try to run for it on first and goal. Let's take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Let's stop.
A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. Elliott good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself. You still got your starting quarterback out there. You can go to the back and let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches, why did you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And they got it. They recovered it. They hang on now while there's a penalty flag down. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 yards.
Derrick Henry. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're a goal.
Yeah, we saw the result. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
Looking to throw. Tracy making the catch with Sternberger. And he's going to be taken down at the 39. Clearly short of first by a few yards. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here we go on 3rd down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Ready?
They'll give it here to his running back. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 36 yards. And the Vikings are able to get a score back. Elliott good with a PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win. It's just window dressing at this point. What's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70 twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now is dominating and kicking around a team who had been winning.
And that's when you run your punch-up, guys. As the analyst, you got to feel that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Check.
On second down, here's Mixon. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. They lost two there, and it's third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check safety, check safety. SOS.
Now back to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be fourth down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Three down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive? Second game of the day.
Coaches, don't forget what has happened out there.
Use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. Who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Fresno.
Shoot! On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. The Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for crime.
Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right side. And got his man complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And we'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line.
Ready. 18 Gator. Smooth.
3 down, 3 down.
5.
Following the fumble recovery. Tracy, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Yo, go.
3 down, 3 down.
Let's go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Woo, that's what I'm talking about.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Detroit, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.